Hi and welcome. Today I have a piece from my larger ring journal and I can't wait to get started. So I start with a 5 by 5.5 piece of mixed media paper, and that's just because when I cut a piece of paper apart, that's the piece I have left. So I started the ring journal for it. And I took some oxide, distress oxide in kitsch flamingo, and I am putting it on my mat and spraying it with a little bit of water and starting to smoosh my page in. So I've done it once and dried it. This is the second time, and dry it. And then I'm taking a stencil and I'm taking some distress oxide spray, and I'm just kind of going in some areas, giving a little bit of pattern, and it's the same color, it's the kitsch flamingo. So it's just adding a little bit of texture, pattern, just to make it look more visually appealing. Now I took that and I smashed it into my envelope journal, so you'll be seeing that in a different video, what was left of that. And now I'm taking a second stencil, and that is spiced marmalade, and I'm putting it right on the stencil and spritzing it pretty generously and smushing that onto my paper just to give some of the pattern. And I do it more than once, and then I'll smush it into what's remaining on my mat and keep trying to apply more of that pattern. I love pink and orange. It's one of my favorite combinations. Pink and yellow too, but pink and orange is probably my favorite. And here I am just kind of laying it in the excess ink and just trying to apply it on there. And I dry it. Now off camera I used a stencil and added some purple dots, and that's oh gosh, I forgot what the color is, but now I have it on a stamp and I'm stamping on it, and I'll see if I can grab that one to see if I can remember what color it is. It's the newer purple color. Villainous, it looks like. And it won't really matter about the lower portion dots because I end up covering it up. And I also was going to add some black stamping there, and I just didn't like it. So I'm covering the whole lower section with some jelly print and collage paper. And both of those are jelly print. And that one is too. I'm just attaching them with my Tombow glue stick. And trimming to size. on this piece here, I was experimenting, and so I had used some texture paste and put it on a piece of paper, mixed media paper that I'd already colored and everything, and it went really well with this piece. So I cut a section of that off and decided I'd just make it into a tab. And I fix that with some liquid glue because it's a little more substantial paper. And then I grab a piece of, this is one of Tim Holtz collage papers, and I'm putting it on the lower portion. You can see I've stamped it with some numbers too on a stamp, and that stamp is from Rubber Dance. That collage paper is from Tim Holtz, and it is Idealogy's collage paper. It's Botanical. It's called Botanical. And so I just took a piece of that with a stem and added that, and I'm sealing it with some matte varnish. And I'm being kind of careful not to get it onto the top portion because that does not have a fixative yet, and if I were to put the matte varnish on it, it would just wipe it all away because it's water soluble, and the matte varnish is water, it has water in it, so it would take it off. But now I have sprayed it with a fixative and dry that up, and then I can go in and add the matte varnish to the top half as well. There must have been something stuck on it. And the butterfly that I'm using for my focal image is something I had in my stash. I had made a bunch of them from some papers that I made with some distress stains and inks, and I stamped it with a Rubber Dance stamp, and it was in my stash. So I just pulled it out. I thought it went well. It has pinks and then a little bit of orange and yellow. And I just buff up the edge with my StazOn black ink pad. See that I have a little bit left to trim. And then I think I seal the butterfly. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed watching this one, and maybe you're inspired to create some art of your own. And please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. But you all have a great day.